Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about a beautiful vegetable called waterleaf. This is a very nutritious vegetable, so if you have not grown this before, you should look it up. It goes by waterleaf, Ceylon spinach, Florida spinach, and there's a bunch of other names, but they're basically the same. And these are very common in Africa, and they spread through Asia and in all parts of the tropical places. And they're very easy to grow. They produce these beautiful purple flowers, and then the flowers turn into seed. And we are here collecting seeds right now. And this is what it looks like. It grows into a stem. And you see at the top right here, you see these little circular balls right here. And sometimes when they're dry, you just press at it, it pops. And so sometimes it just pop, and then the seed would just disperse, and it would just grow everywhere. So if you grow this plant one time, allow it to go to seed, you're gonna have it probably forever, because they always manage to come back. They're very easy to grow. And so let me show you what the plants look like. But before that, let me show you the seeds. The seeds are very small. You see, they're tiny, like a grain of sand. And inside these here, when you break it open, see, those are the seeds right there. And these seeds would drop. They will overwinter, and then in the springtime, when it gets warmer, they'll grow right back. So let me show you what the plants look like. Okay, so here is one plant. This is a volunteer, and if you want these plants to grow and develop a lot of leaves, you have to pick off the flowering stems. So they do produce a lot of flowering stems as they get to around 2 to 3 feet. And when they do that, you see they'll shoot out. See, I've cut them all off already, so those are the seeds that I was collecting. And so you see these little stems right here, they will grow and they will extend very long, and then they will have the little purple flowers on them, and then the flowers will turn into seeds, and then you can collect the seeds. They do produce a lot of seeds, and as I mentioned, they'll just dry on the plant, and then they'll burst open, and then they'll spread. And so if you want the leaves to keep growing, and that's what I usually do, I just pick off all of these seeds, stems, because once they produce the seed, they tend to focus on the seeds only, and then they will stop producing large leaves like this. And so just keep picking it off, and then the leaves will grow. So let me show you some more. Okay, so here is another spot that I'm growing these plants, and as you can see, I plucked off all of the flowering stems, and see, the flowering stems look like this. This is the one I forgot. You see how it extends from the plant, and it grows tall like this, and it produces these beautiful purple flowers, and then the flowers turns into those pods. Those are the seed pods. And as you can see, once they produce these stems right here for the seed stems, they stop growing the leaves. And so it's always a good idea to cut them often, and the more you cut them, the more they come back, which is a really cool thing about these plants. They just grow right back. And also they're very easy to propagate. So once you harvest the stems, like just cut it right here, and then you remove all of the leaves, and then let the cut part dry for a few hours. You plug it into moist soil, and that will grow into a new plant. So they're very easy. So as you harvest the leaves, and you save the stems. You just plug it into soil, and they'll grow a whole bunch of more plants for you. So that's a really cool thing about these plants. The leaves are very beautiful and a little bit shiny. They have a texture of sort of like something succulent, like Malabar spinach. And to me, they taste also like a bit like Malabar spinach. They're slightly sweet. They have like a spinach texture, but also the gelatinous texture of the Malabar spinach. And they kind of feel like it too. And so they'll grow everywhere once the seed disperse. So I have a whole bunch right here. And then, you see, I have a whole bunch right here too. These are where the seeds drop and they grow. And yeah, they're just awesome plants. I love these things. I just let them grow everywhere. And you see these seeding stems right here? Just pluck those off like that. and then the leaves will keep growing and you will get more. And if you don't pluck these off, they kind of, again, they focus on the flowering and stuff, you see, and then the leaves just stay like this and nothing else grow. And so when you pluck this off, then the little shoots right there, you see, that will grow, and you pluck this off right here, and then those shoots will grow, and then you have more leaves. Okay, so since I mentioned Malabar spinach, I also have these plants grown everywhere, and the same thing as the water leaves. Malabar spinach are very easy to propagate. You just pluck a stem, let the pluck part dry, and then you plug it into soil, they'll grow right back. And so here, you see, these are the stems that I plucked off. You see, these here. I plucked off of these plants right here, and I just plugged it into soil, and they grow. And as I mentioned, the leaves and the texture is very much the same as the water leaf. They feel the same, and actually I have a water leaf right here growing right next to it. And as you can see, the thickness of the Malabar spinach, you see here, is very similar to the water leaf. And then the texture is the same, the thickness and stuff. So they both contain a lot of water. I think this is the reason why they call water leaf. But they taste similar to me, except Malabar spinach is a little bit more mucinous. I think that's the word. It's kind of like slimy and all that stuff. This one is a little crunchy, a bit different, but they taste very similar when you eat them raw. And so I love both of these plants. They're just amazing plants. They're easy to grow, and they do really, really well in heat. And they produce a ton of these leaves right here. They're just awesome plants, and I grow them both. And I just grow one vine or one plant, and then I just propagate. Or I just let the volunteer grow, and they just grow all over the place. And so once you have these growing, same with Malabar spinach, you see they produce a lot of seeds. Once they start growing in your garden, and if you let the seeds drop, you have them seasons after seasons. And so I really never have to try to grow these plants. They just grow on their own, and that seems to be the best. Sometimes when I try to grow the seeds, they don't sprout very well. I drop a whole bunch and they'll get like a few plants to sprout. But if they do it on their own, they just grow everywhere, and I just propagate them. And so that is all for water leaf, guys. So if you have not grown it, definitely look into it, check it out. They're just amazing plants, and you will be happy that you start growing these plants. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.